the championship organisers, Jackie. I believe Tim helped you out on some rare occasions, just a little bit, yeah, thank you. And to kind of complete the family thanks, I've got to say, this year, unfortunately, with Mike's sad passing, Sam had to step up, and he was my sole helper this year. And so I think, Sam, if you'd like to make yourself known to your fans. And I'll say it's lovely to see Carol here. I really miss Mike, and but it's great that Carol could be here. Over the past few seasons, as I'm approaching middle age, it's become kind of quite obvious to me that I'm going to need to add some weapons to my armoury to kind of fend off the young guns in the championship. There's some very fast young fellas. So I suppose the typical, the normal kind of racing driver's approach to this would be to kind of embrace a high intensive training regime. With perhaps, with lots of physical exercise, perhaps a plant-based diet, cut back on the alcohol, perhaps a bit of kind of positive mind thinking. Sounds like an awful lot of hard work to me. Obviously I did consider those kind of options, but then I thought past few years, well, perhaps if I just cheated a little bit, a lot easier. But it really isn't as easy to cheat as you might kind of think, because first of all, you've got to get past the kind of the eagle-eyed, Hercule Poirot-like, ever-vigilant championship coordinator, Tim Wilson. And how are you going to get any kind of funniness past him? Well, actually, it turns out it's quite simple, really. You just tell him there's a fantastic scenic walk just round the corner. And that's the last you see of him all weekend. Or alternatively, if that doesn't work, just organise a free gin tasting in the paddock, and that'll leave him comatose in no short order. The first time I tried to teach, now interestingly, coincidentally, I think Eddie touched on this in the latest Mac News. And Eddie being a journalist, obviously, there's a kind of a skeleton of truth in there. But he's not to know the kind of the ins and outs of it. But a friend of mine was telling me he had this seagull that he trained, and I was a bit sceptical about it, but I went round to his house, and there it was, and it was an intelligent seagull, and it appeared to be amenable to being taught. So I borrowed it for a couple of weeks and put some training for it, and I just basically took him out with my Freelander and just said, just fly ahead of the Freelander, all you're going to do. And then he got the hang of that, and then I sort of showed him a race car. Here's the race car. All he needs to do, just fly 20 feet ahead of it, keep nice and low, break the beam, I'm going to get a great time. Now, you're not going to get away with this at every kind of venue, because the finish is going to be pretty kind of busy, but Craig Gantlet, it can be pretty bleak at the finish, and there's rarely anyone there. There's certainly no one there who knows what times we've done. So I smuggled the seagull into the trailer and took it across. Now, I'm just looking at some of you who were there, and you're thinking, well done, Trevor. Didn't Will benefit from that seagull, and not you? And of course, it turns out seagulls are really, really intelligent. They're also colourblind. Blue car, white car means nothing to them. So as I say, it's not so easy to kind of cheat. But so I kind of put that in kind of a bench for a while and just thought, just carry on kind of driving. But we came to kind of July this year at Harewood, and it's been a pretty close, intense kind of season. And by July, I think it was becoming clear that it was going to be a 2-horse race, me and Will, and I really needed to do something about this. So I had a good meeting there. I won the second runoff and broke the course record. But I didn't think that was enough. Will was going very, very fast. His car was reliable. Ray's working really well. I really needed to do something extra. So there I was, packing away the car, and everyone's kind of looking at me going, well, you couldn't get much better than this, really, Trevor. You know, win a runoff, get the course record. But I was hoping, and then the phone went, and I looked at it. It's Will. What's he ringing me for? He's only just left the venue. So I answered. I said, Well, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? What's that? What, you're Boston? What's gone on? What's gone on? I said, what, the trailer's fallen off the back of the motorhome. What, the one I helped hitch on earlier? So I said to him, oh, Christ, really sorry about that, really sorry. So how bad's the damage? You missed lots of events, are you? What? No damage at all? Unbelievable. So it turns out there was absolutely no problem at all, and I obviously not cut out to kind of this cheating kind of lark. Except for this year. This year I've got a fantastic plan, and I've already put it into operation, and I've managed to use a bit of kind of social media. I'm getting up to speed with the latest kind of techniques, and I've used that to help with my plan. And if you're a championship contender, I've already spent some of your budget. And I know you're thinking, what are you talking about? But you have. You've already spent some of your budget already, and you've probably complicated your plans. And I'm going to have a nice, straightforward start to the season while you're messing about. So I can't tell you more than that. All I will say is, long live Avon, long live the